Trigger warning. This video contains adult content. YouTube, please don't strike, restrict, or remove my content. It's for educational purposes only. My crew, I love you guys. Let's get to the video. Alright, how old are you, Zarina?
50.
50? Where are you from?
Galloway, and then since I was 16, and then I moved over off of Brown in Richmond. And I've been over there ever since. And then the Hilltop Bottoms. Mainly Hilltop.
So all over the west side, from Galloway to the Bottoms, huh?
Yeah, I moved in with my best friend. You know Carrie Fraley?
No, I don't. Sure don't. How was your parents growing up?
They were hillbillies.
Hillbillies? Did you have both of them? Or?
Yeah, I had my mom and dad for 39 years, and my dad died of prostate cancer. They'd been together still. They were in love. I had good parents.
That's awesome. Love. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
My last out of 8 kids.
Did they ever fight, or they got along good?
Only at the first of the month because of bills and shit. But other than that, they didn't fight.
Gotcha. How was your childhood?
Good. I had plenty of love. I grew up in Galloway, and we went swimming at the creek. So,
did you suffer any kind of abuse?
Yeah, I was molested.
Sexual abuse?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to hear that.
At 16.
I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry.
I got a job at Rally's, and that's how I met my best friend, Carrie, and her grandmother. They took me in when I told her about me being molested by my brother.
How did you do in school?
I was always kicked out. I had an attitude problem from being fucked with.
So rebellious from being molested?
Yeah. And plus I had learning disability. And every time the fucking teacher said anything, it was like Charlie Brown.
So you did you graduate?
Hell no. I was moved from grade to grade to grade, pushed on to the next.
That's what I assumed you didn't when you told me that you didn't do good in school.
Yeah.
Where's your family currently at?
Dead.
Do you have any kids?
I got 6 kids.
6 kids. Where are they at?
9 pregnancies. My son, he graduated college. He's a journeyman plumber and excavator. He's out in London.
How many boys? How many girls?
3 girls, 3 boys.
Half and half. Where did things go wrong in life?
I come from a family of alcoholics. My dad didn't drink though. He was he worked for the union. He was a roofer.
So what happened? I mean, what caused your addiction? Just from all the trauma, being molested and being rebellious?
Like I said, I grew up from family of alcoholics, and my dad used to pay me when I was little. We had a grapevine in the backyard. He used to make homemade grape wine, and he would give me $1 to fill up, Kroger bags of dandelions, and he'd make homemade dandelion wine, and I was allowed to have it all I wanted, as long as I didn't leave the house. So I never left. I got me, when Myers first opened out there on Georgeville Road, I got me a 20-foot phone cord, and I used to talk shit about 3 o'clock in the morning drunk to all my friends. And my dad would come in and cut my cord. And
I remember that these kids today don't know about that 30-foot long stretchy cord, so you can take the phone all the way across the house.
Yeah, well, when, for being molested and everything, well, mental health, like being mentally ill, runs in my family. But that didn't help, and it caused me, I got paranoid schizophrenia, bipolar, multiple personalities. I got personality disorder, which is multiple personalities. And I got, postpartum stress disorder. I've lost 5 men. They've all died on me.
Wow. I've lost Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and I just lost my nephew 6 months ago.
You suffered a lot of loss. You really have.
Yeah. So, I never really moved before. And I ended up moving back home with my mom and my dad, for my friend Carrie's, when I had my kids. And they never wanted me to move. So they always begged me to stay home, and they said, I was married once, but he died and he molested my daughter at 3 years old. And I broke 4 knives in that motherfucker's back. I wanted to kill him.
This must be hard for you to talk about. I see the tears welling up in your eyes.
Yeah. I was going to kill him. But, the only thing that stopped me was them cheap fucking Odd knives. My daughter, I used to have my kids sleeping in my mom's room because I never trusted no man after what happened to me. Well, my husband lived with me at my mom's. And my dad's, like I said, I lost my dad at 22. And my son was only about 15 months old. So my dad never got to meet my daughter. I was pregnant with her when he passed away. He died of prostate cancer. Is there a napkin in here? I need to blow my nose.
I'm not in. There may be one down in that bag. You can look down in there. Yeah. Open the glove box. Open the glove box there. Is there one right there in the glove box? Okay, you're welcome.
Anyways, so my mom and dad, they, you know, we got help from the fire station and all that from, you know, for Christmas time and stuff. My dad was, like I said, he was a union roofer. He worked commercial hot torque kettle. He worked the kettle, commercial roofing. And anyways, can you pull that off, please? Long story short, he worked every day. He didn't miss a day. And he's a good man. My mom and dad, my mom was a good woman. My dad was a good man. And they didn't know that shit was happening to me. Anyways, like I said, my husband ended up moving in with me because my mom and dad, they would say, we'll buy you whatever you want. We'll buy you a dog. We don't want you to move. We want you to stay here with us. You're our baby.
Right.
You know, and you got a mouth on you, and you'll end up getting the shit beat out of you.
So they wanted to shelter you and keep you safe.
Yeah, yep.
That's what a loving parent does.
Yeah, and I miss them. They was my best friends, and they were in love. And my mom, she was real respectful, and so was my dad. And you know,
that's the true love of a mother. They want to shelter you and protect you. That's awesome.
Yeah. And everybody in the neighborhood loved my mom and dad. You know, they all flocked to my mom and dad's house.
The neighborhood moms and pops.
Yep.
Have you ever been in any trouble, serious trouble with the law?
You know, I got blackmailed. I had 2000, this is my only felony that I had, and I got blackmailed. And this is no lie. I got caught with a crack pipe and a $3 piece of tar heroin. And I was staying on Harrisburg Pike at Tyler's Garage. And there was a couple that was staying in a van at his. And they were fucked up on tar too. Well, I was kind of giving him dope every day because they didn't have it. He didn't know how to shoot her up. Well, my nephews and my brother-in-law, when my nephews moved, they killed my sister for a $100,000 life insurance policy. No lie. And my brother-in-law got paid out. And my sister owned a house right behind Doctor's West. He paid $30,000 on it and paid it off, sold the house, bought a condo over at Woodbrook for either $35,000 and put like 13 in it and sold it for 45 or something like that. And he lived there for a year, and he only had to pay like $200 fees every month. Well, he let me live there. I had nowhere to go. I'm homeless on the street. Well, he was going to pay. He wanted me to go to Indiana with him. I'm not going to Indiana. I said, there's no way in hell. I grew up here. I'm staying here. No. They tried to kill me. So there was 2 bedrooms upstairs. One of my nephews lived in Indiana already. And my other nephew, my brother-in-law sent him, you know, back into Indiana. He was getting him out of the way because they tried to kill me. He had Mexicans following me up and down Buena Vista over there behind Doctor's West. And I screamed and hollered to the top of my fucking lungs, these motherfuckers are trying to kill me. I went across the street to neighbors and called fucking 911 and said, I got people following me, they're trying to kill me. They done killed my sister.
All right. Do you think there's a lot of resources here to help people in need?
They have over at Jordan's Crossings. They got Southeast Mental Health, and they're helping you with your first month rent and deposit for the whole year. Okay? And so is Mount Carmel Outreach Homeless Program. Sorry. And, but they're not over there doing that no more, is what I was told. Mount Carmel isn't, but Southeast is. And I really don't want to go through Southeast, but I've been over there, and I have COPD, asthma, emphysema, and chronic bronchitis. So it's hard for me to walk over there. So I didn't get a chance to make it when Mount Carmel was over there. And they got Mount Carmel Outreach over there, too. You know, right there on Hague by the Walgreens. If you go left right there,
yeah,
that'd be right going this way.
I know where Jordan's Crossing is.
Yeah. Well, they're doing Southeast, like I said, and they'll pay your first month rent and deposit up to a year.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, and help you get on PIP.
This question here kind of gets a little personal, but you to support your habit, do you do dates with Johns and
no?
You don't.
I get SSI.
I got you. What when that runs out? What do you do to support your habit?
Well, I was going to Suboxone doctor, and I was selling them or trading my Suboxone.
Gotcha.
You know, because I don't do them, they make me deathly sick. And then I get a couple other strips I sell.
Gotcha.
And then if I still need a little bit of cash, Chuck will let me borrow money here and there. I always pay him back.
Yeah, that's be sure to pay him back.
Because I have nobody that helps me, so I make sure I pay my debts.
It's good to keep someone in your corner like that.
Thank God for him.
Yeah.
You know,
Chuck's a
thank
good
God
man.
for you. You've been kind to me. And it's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
It's
too.
very kind of you, and thank you for breakfast.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem.
You know, you're good people, and I appreciate you. I'm glad. I've been blessed by meeting you. God told me that I would meet somebody that would buy me food.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
God talks to me every day, and I talk to him.
Yeah, I believe in God, too. You're absolutely right. You got me stuttering. You just...
Yeah, because when you told me about God puts people in places, you know...
He does. He's put certain people in certain places at certain times for certain reasons.
He told me that I would be receiving breakfast because I didn't have the money to pay for it. And he knew I only had $12, and he knew I wasn't spending that 10 on anything but my dope.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is what's crazy. You know, I've had people robbing me of my Social Security money for about 8 months now. And there's been a bunch of people that lived over there in Galway Village by Doctors West Hospital, and they have destroyed them apartments. And none of them went to jail. You know, they fucking ripped out all the copper piping. I don't understand. If it was me, I would have went to jail.
Right.
You know?
So what's the worst thing that you've ever seen happen out here, like to somebody else, or what's the worst thing you've ever seen happen?
Years ago, I was in Wedgwood. This is pretty bad. There was a boy, it was a guy, and he'd already been hit, and he wasn't too right in the head, okay? Well, I heard him screaming, and I'm over in an apartment off of Kingsford, you know, it's Wedgwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm in the basement apartment.
Yeah.
And they had the door locked, and these dope boys are taking their pistol to this guy, and he's screaming and hollering. And my brother's wife's...
And they was pistol whipping him?
Yes.
Wow.
My brother's wife's dad let the dope boys come in, and they was running over top of him, even taking the pistol and pistol whipping him.
Wow.
They took over his place.
Yeah, they do that. They'll do that.
I said, oh my God, we got to help him. And like I said, my brother's wife's dad, he said, there's no way we can open the doors right now. There's no way. I said, I can't handle this. And he's screaming, and it was awful. And I couldn't help him, and he wouldn't let us open the door because they would have hurt us.
Yeah. Man, it sucks you had to.
And I tell you what, that boy, they were beating him, and the sound's coming out. Oh my God.
What's the worst thing that ever happened to you personally out here?
I've been raped twice out here.
Wow.
And I've been jumped. Okay, Jordan's Crossing, about 4 years ago. No, longer than that, about 6 years ago. I think it was the first time I've ever been there. And they give everybody a free bicycle. They're like 28 bikes that they give away. The Fred giveaway to all of us, you know, that needed one.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I was riding my bike up from, Broad and Wilson coming up the hill to go to the hilltop, coming up this way. And I get to Broad and Roy's, and there was 2 black girls and a black boy. They were teenagers. Well, I heard him say, there she goes. I thought they was talking about a friend of theirs. Well, they bum rushed me, and they knocked me off the bike. And when they did, they started kicking me and punching me everywhere.
Wow.
And they asked where my money was. Well, I told them I didn't have none, which I really didn't. And even if I did, you're not getting it.
Man, you should give that money up. It ain't worth your life.
No.
It ain't worth your life, definitely ain't. Give it up to them.
Well,
if they're doing that,
if they would
just
have
let
asked me
them
for the
have
bike, I would have given it to them.
Right.
You don't got to beat me up.
Right,
You know?
absolutely.
So, they kept kicking and punching me. I swear to God, I thought they was going to kill me.
Sucks you had to suffer that. So do you feel trapped or consumed by, by addiction, by the lifestyle you're living?
Well, I
Homelessness?
Yeah, I just feel like where I've never actually went by myself to get my own place. My boyfriend has always helped me, and we had a place together. They did all this.
Right.
I never did.
So you've never been through it before. You don't really know how to do it.
Right. Yeah.
And
I feel crippled.
Well, don't feel like that. It'll come together for you. Do you want to get clean? Do you want to get out of the lifestyle? I mean, do you want to get away from it? Or?
Well, my kids, they want me clean. And they won't let me be around them until I am.
They won't let you be around your grandbabies until you get clean.
Or them.
Right. Oh, even they won't.
They
don't
want to be around
you.
it. I can't blame them.
Yeah, you can't blame them. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion of it. So.
They love me, and and this is what hurts. My son said, you choose the drugs over me, and they don't understand. I have used these drugs to get out of the pain of losing my family because I didn't know how to handle it. And where I've lost 5 men.
You definitely got coping issues. I can tell that. I was diagnosed with some kind of coping issues with mental health.
Right.
Here's the big question, and this is I really want to know. What would you say if I asked you right now? If I said, "Hey, I can get you all the contacts and help and resources that you need to get out of this and get clean," what would you say?
I'll say, well, I've tried it a few times, and you know, I went to Talbot Hall, and I asked them for the lighthouse. Okay, that's a sober living, and I asked them for the west side of Columbus because I don't know my way around anywhere but the west side of Columbus. And so when I did my days for my detox, when it all come down to it, she wanted to put me out east. I told her, I said, I can't do out east. It's like put me in Chinatown or somewhere. I don't know my way around. And I have anxiety. I got panic disorder. And I can't cope with living somewhere I don't know where I'm at.
Right.
It's too much stress. So, and then the next time I went back into Talbot Hall because I put myself back in there again. And I asked for the west side lighthouse again. Well, I couldn't make it through the withdrawals this last time. I left early and they wouldn't give me a ride out of there. I said, well, you picked me up with Uber. I said, but...
Because you was leaving early, that's why. They won't condone to you leaving early.
I said, you're not paying for it, it's my insurance is paying for it, so why are you denying me?
Right. I understand what you're saying, but that's just the way they look at it. They don't want you to leave, so they're not going to help you leave.
I'm in this situation. Now, this is why I'm kind of leery going back there in case I don't make it through my...
well, there's other places. That's not the only place. I can get you hooked up with some contacts and stuff if you want to accept it.
I like that wrong. What I don't like is when they put me out and I don't know how to get around. And I don't know what bus to get on.
Well, any help that, even if it's me helping you, somebody else helping you, you do it yourself, you go self-admit, whatever, you got to stay and work the program, you know. And it's hard. It's tough. It's tough.
I really did.
It's tough.
But
you need a really good counselor is what you need.
Yeah.
You need a really good counselor.
Well, I used to do the counseling when I was going to my boxing doctor. I didn't.
You need a psychiatrist, not just a chemical dependency counselor. Right. You need somebody that's in depth with it.
Right. I agree.
Let me see what I can do. We're gonna stay in touch. Let me see what I can do for you. I may be able. I don't have no contacts that deep, but I do have a contact that may have some contacts that deep. So let me see what I can do for you. What would you tell anyone to deter them away from trying drugs or jumping into the lifestyle? What would you tell them to stay away from it?
It'll ruin your life.
Absolutely, it will.
And if it don't take your life.
If it don't take your life. Yeah.
And it's not worth it.
No, it's not.
Because you not only lose your life, you pretty much lose your life. You become a slave to this drug. And what it does, it denies you of being around people you love. Because you get to the point where you don't care to be around nobody. All you want. And even if you do want to get free from it, you're sick. And it won't let you be free from it.
Right.
And it becomes something
you become
that you
a slave
have
to it. Yeah. Yes. That's what chemical dependency is. That's what that word means.
And no matter how bad you want to get free from it, even if you go to detox, it don't always let you be free from it.
Right. You're right. You're right. It don't work for everybody, but you'll never know until you try.
I know lots of people that's been to detox 20 times, never been clean. Some people has went 50 and 60 times and finally, but other people went and they got right free from it.
It took me a lot of tries before I actually got clean. But, I finally made it. I'm proud of myself.
That's good. How long you say?
I've been clean 3 years this time.
How many tries did it take you?
Man, I've been to prison 4 times. I got sober on my own a few times. 7, 8, maybe 9, 10 times. Something like that. I don't know. I don't keep track of all that.
Right.
I try to not think about it. That's what works for me.
Right.
I got a couple questions from the viewers, directly from the viewers. The first one, what are some things y'all could use out here to help you out? Way of like clothes, stuff to keep you warm.
Socks. Definitely need socks, always.
Socks.
Yeah.
What's some other things?
To keep you warm, you say?
Anything. Clothes, hand warmers.
Yeah. Not the feet warmers, they suck. I like using hand warmers in my feet.
And coats? What about coats? Blankets?
Yeah. Yep.
What about non-perishable foods like little snack pack stuff?
All that stuff.
All right, cool. So you guys hear that? There you go.
It'd be really nice to have a hot meal.
If you're local to me and you guys got this, you can. My email's in the description. Reach out to me so I can link up with you and get it and hand it out to these folks in need. I definitely will do it.
I've got 3 sets of gloves, 3 sets of hats. 3 hats, 3 gloves recently. So I don't need no more of those because that's
that's enough, ain't it?
Yeah.
Second question from the viewers: do you have a Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, anything like that, so viewers can send you some money if they choose to help you out? Nothing? Well, I'll tell you what. I'll always try to catch a follow-up video with you guys. And what we'll do is I'll link up with you before the follow-up video, and we'll set one up, and I'll put it on the next video and update this video with it when we get it, okay?
Okay, the reason why I didn't fall for Cash App or nothing because, you know, like in the traps or whatever, there's people that's been breaking into the Cash Apps and taking all the money off and closing up your account.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Well, hopefully you ain't in the traps much longer. Hopefully we can get you out of them.
No.
What would you tell your family if they was watching? Your kids or...
Well, my niece, I just recently lost my nephew, my oldest nephew. About 6 months ago, he OD'd on the
Sorry to hear that. Wow. So sorry to hear that.
And because, there's a... Hey. How you doing? Because, a fucking, mine... See, I don't want no one to think that...
You're okay. You're fine.
Yeah, but I don't want to,
What, all right. Is there anything else that you want to tell anyone? You want to shout anyone out or say anything to anybody at all? Say hi, Nancy, or just in case they may be watching?
I love y'all, everybody. Anybody knows me, I love you guys.
You know, they always pray for you. The viewers pray for you a lot.
I am just an addict. Let this all be known. Straightforward, he's a good guy. And, you know, if anybody wants to do a video or something, I'm sure that, you know, you could with him too.
Just reach out to the email in the description. We'll link up and get it taken care of.
Amen. And he's going to help me with, you know, like referrals to places, so... It all works out.
Hopefully we can get you off of this stuff and hope you get your life together. That's the goal.
Nice.
That's the goal.
Because I don't want my kids to look down at me. I want them to be proud of me.
Right. Well, Zarina, I thank you for your time. I appreciate you hanging out and doing this interview. We had a little trouble getting it all together here. The camera quit a couple times. But I thank you for your time. I appreciate you being patient with me and working through these camera issues. And
God sent you to me.
Yep, absolutely.
You know.
Sure did. I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yep.
All right, Zarina. Well, we love you. The whole community here loves you. And thank you for your time and your interview. And we'll definitely be back in touch with you.
Hold on. God loves you, Jesus loves you, and I love you more.
See y'all later. We love you. Yep.